Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host Red. I got a video today from International Passport. One of our brothers always makes great videos. 33,000 subs. He's doing well. Korean man upset. Passport sis don't look like Beyonce. I mean, tell the truth, there are very gorgeous black women out there. I've dated, I think I dated one that was very, very gorgeous. And then I've dated quite a few that were not so much. And it's funny because a lot of the ones that do travel, a lot of the ones that are kind of out there are usually the ones that are a little undesirable. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time. Remember, I sped everything up to 1.5, so that's probably why it sounds a little quick.
Have you ever been on a date with a black woman?
No, I have not. Because I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, most of them they don't look like good, bro. The ones that I see here, they just kind of look like lower class.
This guy is like super gangster Asian guy. Like, look at the tattoos and the way he speaks. He's definitely very gangster like.
I've never been inclined to see a black girl in Hongdae and just go up to her and get a number. I never felt that. But it's not because I'm racist. It's because they don't look good. The white girls here, they don't look good.
No racism here, guys. None. Just they don't look good. I think a lot of us men can honestly say the same thing about Western women. Not just black women, but just Western women in general. They don't look as good as they think they look.
Either. I live in Korea. There's not many black girls to choose from. And I have high standards, so the girl has to be beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
How beautiful are we talking about? Like, what are the features you find attractive?
Big eyes, small head, nice body, slender, but she got the curves type. I see in music videos and because I listen to rap, they're sexy and they look really pretty, some of them. You know what I'm saying? Like genetically gifted black girls. But you don't really see the top most beautiful black girls in Korea. What would they be doing here? They're in their native country, getting the high value men. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
We told y'all, brothers. We told y'all. Let me go first here, right? Me being in South Korea, I can confirm what this guy is saying. Okay, passport cis is ignored in large parts by Korean men.
That makes sense. Again, Korean men, Asian men don't really look out for black women like that, and especially their attitude and just the way they present themselves. It's a very off-putting to Asian culture.
The Korean woman is the top-notch woman here in South Korea. And I'm going to make a separate video about this particular issue that I'm dropping.
I don't know, because I have a Japanese friend that's been saying a lot of Korean men have been traveling to Japan to get Japanese women, because a lot of Korean women have been more modernized with materialistic things and stuff like that. Just what I've heard.
Very soon, okay? Passport cis, foreign women are not taken seriously by Korean dudes, okay? The women, right, that come here, okay, brothers, in South Korea, these are women that me, Theo, and Yao ain't checking for. Woman with blue hair, woman with oversized pants, oversized.
So these are the women that say, these are the same women then that always want to, these are the women, the type that they call men the undesirables. It's truly the women that these women that are traveling are kind of the undesirables.
Shirts, tattoos, piercings. I'm like, we ain't looking for you over there in the West. Did you think that the men in this country are going to check for y'all? No way, brothers. Theo was right. Ramel was right. Foreign women in foreign lands are not taken seriously. Break it down for us, Theo.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm going to savage one right now again. So, again, in Japan, let's talk about them real quick. The foreign woman won't be recognized as existing. It would be very rare if anything happened. So, it's possible, but it's almost entirely impossible. In particular, the ABW will not be recognized whatsoever as existing. And not only that, not only by the Japanese, by other foreign men. So we have no time of day for her. Her beauty going versus a Japanese woman, Japanese women slay ABW straight out.
It's just the slenderness of Japanese women, the feminine, the docileness, the soft-spokenness. Most, again, not just black women, most American women cannot compete against that. Period.
Impossible for her to. So I've seen marriages destroyed in Japan. Because the ABW just the Japanese woman looks at the black man's wife and says, I can get you, and boom, takes him away. So he's right, he's got standard. The same thing goes for white Western women in Japan as well. Nobody's checking for them at all. They don't care, because that feminism, that kind of attitude is gone. If she tries to wear blue hair or red hair like that in the office, they're going to tell her to go home and get her hair changed or don't come back at all. That's the way it's going to be. Yeah. So, I totally agree with this. This person deserves everything that they're getting. So
I agree. I mean, he's a decent looking man. He's definitely the bad boy type, so I'm sure he fits a lot of demographics of what a woman wants. You know, tattoo face and tattoo necks and all that. You know, so, and he has standards. He wants a gorgeous looking woman. Hey, if he can pull it off, he can pull it off. No shame on him.
what more can I say? He's right.
And you know what, right? I'm going to give Korean dudes credit here. So me being in South Korea, I can see how they, treat relationships. They don't take BS in relationship, right? That's why I like over here. In the West, right, men are weak. Men allow the woman to walk all over them in relationships, getting into one, whatever. I'm not saying that in Korea. In Korea, these men have standards. And these standards are showing through the woman. Korean women are dressing great everywhere. They look good, makeup is on point. But when I see a Western chick right, in South Korea, she looks like she's in a goddamn Star Wars movie. I'm like, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? Baggy jeans, baggy pants, baggy shirts, piercings all over the place. I had one chick right that had tattoos all over her arm and had a nose piercing. She's like a freak. The average Korean dude will play around with you, maybe smash you, but he ain't bringing you home to dad and mum. Okay? It is brutal out here. Western women, they are not taken seriously in South Korea, and you just seen it by a Korean guy confirming that.
And there's a lot of Western women that are into Korean guys that probably want to go to Korea and get a Korean man. So this is kind of a wake-up call for them. You guys are kind of undesirable to these men.
I'm going to drop a separate video as to what I've observed. It's going to be a groundbreaking video. Western women, passport cis, are a joke in South Korea.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I just want to say this one thing real quick, so I'm going to respond to what Ozzy is saying. Ozzy's saying not even good-looking white women. Look, Ozzy, the best-looking white woman you have ever seen in your entire life is at max of 4 in Japan. At max. That's giving her like 1 point just out of consideration, a consolation prize. That's it. Japanese women will rule over you. They are so hyper feminine. It's crazy. The thing that's funny that I like that makes the Japanese woman look even better is if that white Western woman appeared next to them, Japanese women would say that the white Western woman looks better, which makes, because she's humble, she's not being entitled, that makes the Japanese woman look even hotter. I definitely want to go for a Japanese woman there, like 120%. So yeah, the Western woman there is just impossible.
Hey, humbleness is attractive.
I mean, yeah, you're right, IP, about this. They don't get no play. They're not taken seriously. Again, as a lot of women told me, it wasn't just that they didn't get chads for the entire time that they were there in Japan. No one held their hand. No one took them on a date. No kiss. No hug. Nothing.
Damn.
And that's exactly what they deserve, as far as I'm concerned.
And when it comes to white women, now they do better than other foreign women. Then again, they are simply playthings.
This is true. I do think that white women do have an advantage overall to compare to most women when internationally traveling.
For Korean dudes, get pumped, dumped, smashed, maybe a relationship here and there, but they ain't getting wifed up.
That's true.
They ain't getting that ring.
No.
And you know who I could see getting wifed up? Latin women. If Latin women were traveling to Asian countries with the same type of Latin upbringing, boom, they're golden in Asian countries because they're just like us in very many ways. So if they have the same respect factor already built in, boom, you're good to go. And Latin women are quite voluptuous too, compared to Asian women.
Happen. They've been watching K-pop dramas, K-dramas about how sweet Korean dudes are. It is false. It's a brutal reality here in South Korea. I'm going to expose it in a video I'm dropping very soon, a separate video. You're going to see just how passport cis and foreign women are a bunch of frauds.
Video later.
Yeah, but they have this hope strategy. I don't know why they're there. They don't last that long.
Well, it's always hope strategy, brother. I mean, remember, women live off of that probability. Even if it was a probability of 1111.0, or 0.0001, it's a probability that they still have a possibility to get there. I'm sorry, it's a possibility. So they go by possibility. If they see a Korean guy, I'm sure there's probably one Korean guy that's with one black woman that they're a very good couple, and that's enough for them to say, I can get that too.
They just don't, because they can't get it's like this. It's the ultimate strong and independent. Okay, you do you, girl. You're strong and independent, and no one wants to touch you. Good for it. Good one. That's what we're starting to see now in the West, is something with feminists. But in Asia, it's today. So, those women actually get to see what the full effect of their feminism is. Isolation, inability to make a family. They can't even become single mothers. Nobody's going to do it to them. They have no opportunities. So, what do? like they go back home, right? It's a failure. They weren't able to do anything in Asia. Nothing happened, and then they tried to date.
Again, I would never trade anything in the world to not be a man anymore. You know, like if I always had a chance to be reborn to be a man or a woman, I'd always pick a man. Yes, we have strives and, you know, tribulation that men have, but men have a much bigger advantage overall in life, in my opinion, because time isn't so weighing down on us compared to it, you know, as it is compared to women.
Date Western men. As some of them has told me when they went back, they said they actually appreciated Western men a lot when they're in Asia because they saw what happens with their feminism and that it leads to them being isolated, single and alone.
Oh, you mentioned the Western men. I'm going to some intel.
This is why I say Western men are so much nicer. That's why a lot of these foreign women prefer Western men, because the Western men are westernized. They're much nicer. They're less rigid with the gender roles. They're okay with women, you know, being a little bit more, you know, I guess masculine, I want to say, or just doing a little bit more things that isn't so traditional in their country, and they're okay with that. And plus, Western men, I believe, a lot nicer. We abuse women, like Western women want to say like Western men abuse women left and right, but I think men in other countries are much harsher with it than men here.
So as to, you know, just how brutal the dating game is in South Korea, and to the point where foreign women pivot towards foreign men in South Korea. But wait for the video when I drop it. It's going to be a groundbreaking video. It's no games out.
That was some good chow. You know, went over some great topics. Women are struggling out there. They're struggling here, and they're going to struggle everywhere else because they haven't realized they're not what men want. And that's the problem, at least for them. For us, it's cool. You know, we are nicer men. We are more sought after men when we leave this country. That's how great fucking Western men's reputations are. Please, like a strap down below. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.